Hey guys!
How's it going?
So we got big news for you today. We're going to say it right off the bat. We won't make you wait to the end of the video.
Right, yeah, like everybody else does.
Anyhow, it's a lot of fun stuff to talk about today, but the reason is
We're going to be overlanders.
You heard of the term overlanders yet? It's where you, like van life, that kind of thing, but we're not getting a van. We're not getting a van.
We're going to utilize our Tacoma.
Yep, and we're not going to get a pole camper. We're not going to get that kind of deal. Brian's been researching for a while, and he decided on
a Kimbo camper.
Kimbo, what?
Yeah,
so
they're pretty awesome look. But they make all their campers custom. They're designed to fit a Tacoma truck.
And that choice made sense for us for a few different reasons. One being it was the more affordable option rather than getting the full conversion van and buying another camper, getting another car registration or another vehicle registration, so we can avoid that.
If you ever looked at a Mercedes conversion van, what they cost, that's how much the rest of our house is going to cost. So I think that's more logical to put that investment into the house and not into another vehicle. Like Amy said, registration, more taxes, more insurance.
This definitely is going to open up some big doors for us as far as what we can do, taking more trips, getting out and exploring Colorado and the neighboring areas more, being able to take the dog with us and not always having him have to stay at the dog sitters.
That's right.
Taking my art show on the road.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That's a big one for me. Yeah.
She's got, what, 7, 8, 9 shows planned?
Yeah, I think almost 10 for the summertime. Some of them are a few hours drive.
And for a whole weekend, you don't want to be driving out and then coming back or spending $200, $300 on lodging for sure. So. Yeah,
Brian can bring his bike. We can have more fun together as a couple, doing things on the weekends, getting out of town. Now that our house is built mostly, we can take a little break and have some fun. We had to put in a custom order, and it's going to be ready in a few weeks, so we'll keep you guys posted on that.
Yeah, so we have to drive to Bellingham, Washington to pick it up. There's no dealerships.
No, we have to get ready for this. We aren't buying the top-of-the-line model.
Right, we didn't get any of the bells and whistles inside, none of the cabinetry and such. So we're going to do that on our own. Kind of fit to the, get a refrigerator, fit it to how we want it, and so on.
So with the Kimbo, I think the highlights is that it can fit a mattress. So you definitely have sleeping quarters.
Right.
And so you can fit it with a sink and a shower area and cabinetry and...
Yeah, so it's all aluminum construction. It's got a brushed aluminum finish on the outside. And it makes it very strong compared to most campers that are wood and plastic and fiberglass. So...
And it's cooler looking. I think the look of it's really cool.
Yeah, the shape is real neat.
Yeah.
It does come with max air fan. Comes with a big window at the front. It's got a roll-up screen. If you pull it up one way, you pull it down the other way, it's a blackout screen. We did get the heater option, which is a marine propane heater. So you can leave that running. It exhausts the fumes and brings in fresh air. So you could go skiing, leave it running to keep everything warm, and then come back to a nice toasty camper. So it's insulated.
Yeah.
It's not R30, but I think it's our R5. So there's some insulation in there to keep it going. So keep it nice and toasty. There's like when you enter into it, and you'll see it when we get it. When you enter in, there's like a little entryway to knock off your boots and get the water off your feet and so on. And a little closet right there next to it that is part of it. And then all the lighting, it does come with it as well.
The other part of getting ready is when you're doing camping and you're having your little sustained ecosystem, we've got to figure out the power situation.
That's right.
And thanks to EBL for hooking us up with a power supply and some solar panels. We're going to show you guys what our plan is for power. EBL sent us a 500 watt power supply, which I'm really excited about. It's really manageable as far as weight, and I can actually pick it up. It's got a nice handle on it. Some of those power supplies are so heavy, it's like impractical, but I really like the handle on it.
Heavy and take up a lot of room in the car, right? So
Yep.
It's a lot of extra space. This is more compact. And we'll show you what we're running on it.
But it does come with a lot of different features. So you've got an LED light, which you can't really tell it's on right now because we're in the sunlight, but an LED light. And one of my favorite features is you can do the top charging for wireless charging for your phone. So you just put your phone on top.
Two AC outputs. It's a pure sine wave. So very clean power coming out, so you're not going to hurt your electronics. I think that's real important. And then you've got your power inputs. And then here's another more power outputs here. You got your 12 volt, like a car type, cigarette lighter type charge output. And then over here you got your USB outputs as well. So
right now Brian's got the drill charger plugged in right here, as well as a little heat gun. So we were running that to see how many watts it was using. Right now it's using 65 watts charging the drill by itself, and then turning on the heat gun, it's running up to 380 watts, just with both at the same time, and the LED light on. So even though it's a 500 watt system, it's really capable of doing a couple of things at the same time, noting that we also have it plugged into the solar right now.
Right. And speaking of solar, we are getting 100 watts from the solar right now. So it is, what time is it? It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The sun is kind of behind some trees and so on. So these are 100 watt solar panels each. And we did had one plugged in on the deck earlier, and we're getting about 80, 90 watts from it.
From just one panel.
From one panel, so.
Yeah. Now, that was a few hours ago. Now the sun is kind of at a different angle, and a single panel's getting about 50 watts, and with both of them plugged in, it's about 102 watts right now. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of experiment. This is our first time really working with solar panels and getting the hang of it, and I was surprised. I thought they were going to be a lot more fragile, Yeah,
no, they're pretty nice. They fold up so that you can protect them when you're storing them, right? Here's a magnetic closure that kind of helps keep it closed. Waterproof zipper on the back to store all the wiring components, which is very excellent. And then the little stand.
Like a little kickstand.
Yeah, a little kickstand. That's what it's. And that Velcro's in place too when you're not using it. So there's one on either side. And then very easy to store.
I know, it's so thin, so I didn't expect this at all. I thought it was going to be like, kind of, where are we going to put it? We have to mount it on the camper, but it's such easy storage, really.
Absolutely. So. And we might even be able to, it's got, as you can see, there's little eyelets on the corners, so we could easily suspend it from the camper. And when you see the camper, there's a 45-degree angle just about on the perimeter of it, so you could easily just kind of put it up on the roof a little bit. And there's a ladder on the side too, so we just throw them up on the roof and get power that way, so it'd be perfect. So.
I like the orange color, it makes it really noticeable, so you don't trip over it.
Yeah, you don't want to run it over,
right?
For sure.
So we were playing around with setting up the solar and trying to figure out how to run 2 solar panels.
I believe since we have it plugged in, one in each outlet, we're getting in a parallel circuit. So
there's one plugged into the solar and one plugged into the DC. Using different adapters. But then you were saying that there was probably another way to do this as well.
Right. We might be able to do it in series. The panels can hook together in series, but it just depends on how much the device can manage. It can handle up to 24 volts and 6 amps.
And then you can also get it with the waterproof carry bag, which is really awesome. So, if you're taking this in and out and you're camping, you're always at risk for sudden, downpours. So you can actually store it in this completely waterproofed carry case, which also has additional zipper pockets. You can throw your adapters or your cords in there. There's even a really cool carry strap with a shoulder pad, so you can it makes it a lot easier to throw it over your shoulder. So this is definitely a nice add to have the waterproof carry case for it.
And then Amy mentioned adapters. It comes with the wall adapter. So if you're at home, you're getting ready to go camping, you want to top it off. Or it's also recommended that you keep it charged up every 3 months. So it's gonna you know, over time these batteries kind of lose power, so every 3 months you want to throw it on the charger. You can just bring it in, you know, pull it out in the house, plug it into a wall outlet, and then charge it up. So, and then it also comes with the car charger. So if you're going camping and you want to again top it off and you want to make sure it stays nicely charged, you can plug it into your outlet in the car. You got it in the back seat or so on, and then you can keep it topped off that way as well. So.
Now, when the battery pack came, it was about 30% charged. So I did the wall adapter on, it took about 3 hours for it to go from 30% up to 100%, just to give you a sense of how long might it take to charge something. So if it was from 0, probably, you know, around 4 hours or so to fully charge it.
And then since we've been sitting here, so we did use this heat gun for a little while to kind of drain the power down, and it's been charging this big drill battery. The solar's been charging it back up, and so it automatically will shut down charging once it hits 100%. Mm-hmm. So and this battery was 50% charged, and it's almost 100%. All 3 lights, or all 4 lights are on now, so I suspect in the next 10 minutes or so it'll be completely charged up. Mm-hmm. So, and it's a big battery.
Yeah. So yeah, if you've got some, you know, maybe some construction projects, you don't have power hookup yet, you need to be able to have things certain charge now. Probably not running a circular saw off of it, but
no, but you could definitely take this to the job site and hook up, you know, a couple different chargers, and you're not using your other power source that you need for your compressor and the big items, your saws and things like that. So
what we're going to be using it for, we'll need power for the lights in the camper.
Mm-hmm. We'll need power for the water pump for the faucet. So it's not, the camper isn't like a normal, you know, pull behind camper. It doesn't have a big pump in it, or a 12-volt pump with a big giant water tank and so on. We'll have like a 5-gallon jug. We'll have a small little battery-powered faucet, so for washing your hands and so on. So that's something we'll need to keep charged up as well. Mm-hmm. And then the refrigerator that we have, we'll need to keep that charged up. Mm-hmm. And running.
So different appliances. So that refrigerator, for bringing, you know, any devices that need charging, like our phones or computers. So keeping that kind of stuff charged.
Your GoPro camera, your drones, if you're out in a remote area, you're doing some drone footage, you want to keep that charged up.
Your microphones.
Your microphone.
It's going to be exciting, guys. It's going to be a big adventure for us to take the show on the road, so to say. We're all set for power. We're so excited. And we'll leave a link in the video description if you want to check it out, the EBL 500-watt power supply. You can get it on Amazon, and if you want to check out their solar panels as well, if you want to add on, I don't know, it's a cool option. I just didn't know how fast it would keep things charged.
Yeah, and it's not, you know, the panels aren't little tiny fold-up panels that you're pulling out of your backpack. It's, you know, they fold up nice and flat. You can put them behind your seat in your truck or car, and they don't take up any room whatsoever. So definitely a cool choice. You're not wasting gas. You're not running your truck or your car trying to keep things powered up.
And we can't wait to share with you guys what the camper looks like when we'll take you on the trip, and it's going to be a big adventure for us. Yeah, we're getting ready. We're getting all of our components. So now we've got our power supply. We are going to start outlining things, how we want it to look on the inside.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in future videos. And, and if you have any ideas, you know, look up Kimbo. We'll show you some pictures of it. And if you have any ideas what we can do for bathrooms and, you know, composting toilet or...
We're going to have to figure that out,
whatever people have experience with, sinks and faucet pumps and things like that. We're doing research on that as well. So.
Yeah, we're going into the Overlander world. It's going to be a whole, might have to go to the conference. So.
Yeah, we can't afford the Earth Roamer, you know, $750,000.
Oh yeah, that looks pretty cool.
Earth Roamer truck.
Start with a Kimbo. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with it. But yeah, super excited, guys. We'll keep you posted on how it goes.
All right, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
All right, bye-bye.